Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I figured I would do an update on a product that was sent to me absolutely free to give it a shot, do an install video, and basically just open the box and install video. So it is the Linkswell T-style radio. It's got the Android 12.1 screen, and if you looked at my other video, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But I figured it's been 6 months and I should probably do a 6-month review, just to say the 5 things I like and dislike about this radio, because it wouldn't be fair to you viewers to get a product, especially a free product, and just say how good it is and never say that there's any bad things about it. This is a 5th gen radio. What they now have is a 6th gen radio, which I also have, that they sent me 100% for free. And I was gonna put that in Buttercup, but I wanted to use this one in the Gladiator for a little while, see how I liked it. Turns out I'm a very simple man. When I turn the key on, I want the radio and everything to work without waiting for it to boot up. And I'll get into the things that I dislike here in a minute, but let's talk about the things that I do like. And we'll go get in the Jeep and I'll maybe run through a couple of these features, and so you can see them firsthand and see what I'm talking about. So check it out. Okay, here we go. We're gonna run through the 5 likes and 5 dislikes that like and dislike about this radio. So here we go. I'm gonna start it from the beginning. This will be like your cold start. And yes, I did write everything down here. I'm not an actor. I don't memorize scripts and know what the hell I'm saying. I'm just winging it out here as usual. I'm just going to send it. Okay, so it's booted up, right? So this is how it usually works. If you have your phone on you, it's going to automatically want to go to your phone link app. They call it the Z-Link, and it's waiting because it's trying to connect to your phone so you can use CarPlay. Normally, it takes a little while, so I'll go straight to the radio function and play the radio. We're going to leave that off so we have no distractions. But let's go into the likes, right? Let's talk about what's cool about this radio. And there's so many. I'm going to try to stick to the 5 that I wrote down on this list. So I guess first and foremost, the number 1 pro about this is the sheer size. It is a true T-style radio, so it's going to replace your factory head unit that is literally about this big. I think it's an 8 inch or 8 point something inch touchscreen radio that these come with if you have the Alpine system with the navigation, right? So it replaces that, and it replaces all of your climate functions and radio function buttons that you had down here. So that you're removing 2 pieces and replacing it with 1 big piece, which is very cool. The sheer size of this screen, 12.1 inches, because it is an Android tablet, is amazing. It's clear, the video is crisp, everything works great on this screen. So that to me is the biggest and most important pro about this radio. Crystal clear and just sheer size. Okay, so another pro, this will be my second pro about this, or like about this radio, is the amount of functions. I mean, it does everything. So you can go to home here, and this is connected to the internet, my home internet Wi-Fi, so you can go through here and it's got all of these functions, right? It has an app list that you can run through. So this will actually go to your vehicle information, your system setup for the vehicle, and your apps, right? So if you wanted to watch Netflix, if you wanted to watch YouTube, everything's in here. Let's see, settings, we'll make sure that it is hooked to the network. Turn that on. You see here it's searching for the network, and it'll find Hendrix. So I will connect that, and then that'll allow all the functions that this thing has on it work. So say we wanted to go back to the apps, you can go home, hit the apps, and here are all of your apps. YouTube is right here. So to me, this is the second most important pro or like about this. Is the fact that it has all these options. You can go on here and you can watch YouTube. Everything works as it should. So I really like that about it. It's just a cool feature. I mean, when you're not doing something and you have internet access, why not go watch a video? And like I said, this is a tablet, you guys, so the quality is absolutely amazing. And there's a way to get rid of all of it. Okay, so here, and if my door was shut, the little Jeep would go away. So it does give you all of your standard functions that your standard radio would have, which is your, hey, you got a door open, or your tailgate's open or something, right? So very cool functions. You can move this around. You can split screen it. You can go back to, you can actually use two screens. You can drop it down. It's like a picture-in-picture mode. So, yeah. And if you're an Android savvy person, you're going to get way more use out of this than I did, because I grew up on Apple. Our home computers are Apple. Everything is Apple-based for us. So this was tricky right out of the box. And I did learn a lot. So let's go to the third pro. To me is the customization of this radio, right? So since it's an Android based radio, you can go in here and you can literally set up this thing any way you want it, which is great, right? There's just so many features on here that are good and customizable. So that to me should be, you know, on the list of pros, just because the sheer amount of things you can do with this radio. And I guess let's go right to the next pro. I guess the fact that you can actually go on here and surf the internet. So you can't do that with most of your radios, or at least not the factory ones, right? And the fact that you can do that in full size is great. So you can go to Google. You can go on here and you can search whatever it is you want to search. Let's just type in Jeeps. Oops. And I'm guessing the S is underneath this little guy. So let's just click on it. Jeep Wrangler. Okay, so it's going to go through and it's going to be like a Google browser. Just like if you were on your laptop at home or on your phone, any of that, it's all right here. Like, you can literally surf the internet. You do have the world at your fingertips. So that's very cool. And it's on a big display. It's not your little tiny phone. So if you're sitting and you have time to kill, this is a great feature. To me, it's really cool. Shopping, you want to go in here and you want to shop for Jeeps, it's all there. So that's great. For the fifth pro, in my opinion, is the fact that it still gives you, even though you remove your entire climate control unit from the bottom of this setup, because you have your OEM radio and then you had your OEM buttons for the climate control, it still gives you that option. So everything you had before is still here. If you have heated seats, it has heated seats, heated steering wheel. All of your functions are here if you need them. Not to mention, it also retains the side or the manual push buttons, right? So if you need to turn off your traction control, parking assist, deceleration on your hill descent, start stop, fan speed, temperatures, and your AC on and off, it still does all of those functions and does those functions flawlessly. So that's my fifth thing that I really like about this radio. And to be honest, guys, I could go on and on about the things that I like about the radio. And you know, and I said it before, I'm a simple guy. I like to keep things simple. When I get in this Jeep, I have a mission at hand, and it's to get to where I'm going. And sometimes it's, you know, 8, 10, 12, 18 hours of driving. I want to get in and just use it and go. All of these extra functions are super, super cool, but I don't think I need all of those. So let's get into the cons, and we'll start with load up. So the boot up process on this radio. You watched it, you've seen how long it takes, but part of the pros where you could customize that could be your Jeep when it boots up. It could be pictures of your family. It can be so many other things on boot up, but nonetheless, the boot is a bit slow. From what I understand, this is the 5th gen. Like I said, I do have a 6th gen. They said the boot process is much faster on that one, which is fine. Great. I'm glad they improved it. If you're not improving on a product, then what are you doing, right? So that's going to be a con for me. Is it the number one con? No. I should have started with number one. My number one biggest con on this radio is the radio, right? So we can go to the radio here. Everything works as it should. That's not the problem. My problem is your phone link. When you do have your phone link hooked up, and you're running your CarPlay maps or your Google Maps or your OnX Maps or whatever maps you decide to run, Waze, whatever it may be, you can only run one app at a time. So that being said, if you're running your Google Maps and you're running down the road, you cannot listen to the radio at the same time. When you click on that radio feature, and my phone's not hooked to it, obviously, or it would have brought up the maps. But when you click on that radio function, your maps and your Spotify, whatever music you're using at the time goes away, and you have the radio. So you cannot use both at the same time. The reason I like the factory radio, because I can put the CarPlay on, I can run my maps, and then if I don't have anything running in my Spotify that I want to hear, I can go to the radio in whatever state and whatever city I'm in and listen to something local. If something's going on, I'd like to hear the local station sometimes. So the fact that I can't do that and have the maps going at the same time, it's kind of a downer for me. So that's my biggest complaint about this radio. Okay, so my second con is it is a Bluetooth wireless connection. As you can see here, we can get her connected. You can see it's starting to connect. Throws up the little Apple icon here, but it's all Bluetooth, which is great. Most of your vehicles are going to a Bluetooth CarPlay connection. That's wonderful. But I have noticed on our long trips that it drops that connection, and it can drop it often. It just depends on the day and where I'm at, I guess. I do not know what the rhyme or reason behind it is. I've been on long trips and it not drop at all. I've been on long trips to where every 20 minutes I have to reconnect. And I can usually tell because I'm using my maps and I'm using my Spotify, and the Spotify will drop out first. And if I'm fast with it, I can get in here, open up my app and hit Bluetooth and connect it real quick. And usually don't get an interruption, but sometimes I do, and it interrupts everything and I got to start over. So I'll lose my maps, I'll lose my Spotify, and it's kind of annoying. Now, he did say, because I talked to Linkswell about this, they did say that they made that function a lot better in the 6th gen radio. So It's just not something that I think that I want to have in either one of my Jeeps. Great product, it's just not for me. People are using these and loving these things. It's just not for me. Yeah, you can't use both of those at the same time, and here's case in point. It goes away. You can't split screen it. You can't put the radio here and the maps down below. It will not play that radio or the maps at the same time. Why, I do not know. Let's do this. Verify, shall we? We're gonna go the In-N-Out burger, right? So directions, let's do that. Starting CarPlay. Okay. Okay, start route. Start. Boom, there we go. Now, you see how the radio is gone? You cannot do both. Why? I don't know, and it's gotta be an operating systems thing. You have to completely get out of the maps in order to use the radio. Just not an option. And I think he also said there is a way to have both of these running at the same time on the new version radio. Let's go to the fourth con, camera. The backup camera is fine. I don't have any complaints with it, and you can run a front camera or a side view camera. You can run multiple cameras on this setup. My problem with this is when, let's just say, you jump in your Jeep and you start backing up. Well, you've seen the boot up process on this. It takes a minute. So that being said, the camera will come on immediately. The problem is, since it's still trying to brain process everything, it's glitchy. So it may work, it may freeze, it may be wavy and distorted, it may flash on and off. It's just not, the boot up process takes away from getting in your vehicle and hitting that reverse and seeing everything you need to see, because you may not see anything. So I guess that's my fourth con. You know, and here's the thing, guys, this is the 5th gen. All these features may be fixed. My 5th con and dislike about this radio, and this is just me, guys, is the fit on this thing is absolutely perfect except for one area. And let me show you what I mean. You see a bit of a gap. Can I put a screw in there and push that up against it so it fits better? Absolutely. If everything else was absolutely perfect on this radio, I would not even worry about that, because it does not matter whatsoever. So anyways, that to me was my 5th con. Guys, I did this because it's only fair for me to talk about these products, especially when I get them for free for a review, because it wouldn't be fair to you, wouldn't be fair to me if I just said, oh, everything's butterflies and rainbows and everything works perfectly. It's being dishonest. So there are a lot of pros about this radio and things that I do like. Being that it's an Android platform, I guess what turned me off about it. And that's just me. There's so many people that just absolutely love their Androids, and they laugh at us because Apple comes out with a new phone with a new feature that they've had for the last 5 years. So it's just a preference, guys. So anyways, that's my 5 things that I like and dislike about this radio. Don't let any of it deter you to buy this radio. If you think this is something you're interested in, go for it. It's been a very good radio overall. It's just not for me. It's got too many features. You know what they say about simple people, do not give them too many options, because then they'll never decide, right? Well, that's me. I need a few options to keep it simple. I've got too many other complex things going on that I don't want to have my radio one of those complex things. So that being said, thanks for watching, guys. Please like and comment because I love reading the comments. That shows me people are actually watching it. Thanks for watching. That's my 6-month review on this Linkswell 5th generation radio. Keep that in mind. This is an older radio, and I'm sure their products going forward are better. And actually, I know they are because he told me some of the updates. But that being said, thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch y'all on the flip. Oh, don't forget to tell your mom and them.